Hi and welcome to my channel. So you can actually sponsor your own UK work visa without applying for jobs, without needing any UK employer to give you a COS. Now this is something that many people are not aware of, and it also allows you to bring anybody that you want to the UK, and it's totally legit. If you're interested, by the way, leave a comment in the comment section and say, I am interested to know more, and I'll send all the details your way. Because in today's video, I'm going to tell you the easiest and the fastest way to achieve these that many people are using to be able to come to the UK, obviously legally. And like I said, you can bring anybody that you want with you, and anybody can apply for this pathway from any country, any status, and it's really simple and straightforward. So again, share this video with your loved ones. You must know at least one person in the UK or out of the UK that needs a job or COS. Share this video with them, because you just never know where their own luck and success will come from. And sometimes it's a matter of thinking out of the box, which is challenging for many people. So first things first, tell me in the comment section, in which country are you at the moment, so that I can know. But also, if you're in the UK or you're thinking about applying for jobs, which jobs are you interested in? Because I'm a huge enthusiast when it comes to the best opportunities in the UK for career progression, relocation, switching your visa, and working for the best employers so that you can work less, earn more, and retire early. Now, the first thing is you can set up your own business to be able to do that. And hear me out, it is not as complex as you think. The UK is the easiest country to set up a business in less than 30 minutes. Talking about setting up a business, by the way, I have 16 years of experience in the UK, and I started also as a carer in a nursing home, working 40 hours a week, earning £16,000 per year. But I have progressed to an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing job, and I currently earn over £150,000 per year. So I know what I'm talking about. And when you think about setting up a business, the UK government wants people that are entrepreneurial, because entrepreneurs are more productive, according to the government, obviously, than people who are just getting employed. So if you're thinking about any business opportunity, whether you're already in the UK or still out of the UK, you have more possibilities, there's more flexibility and more opportunities. So starting a business in the UK is the best thing you can do for yourself. And let me tell you something, communities that are entrepreneurial in the UK struggle less with visas, and they have more opportunities. Communities that come to the UK and focus on being employed, working, will always struggle till whenever. And talking about that, I've got a support group called the Work From Home Tribe, which is where I help you get started earning extra money from home, side hustle ideas you can get started today, work from home jobs, remote opportunities, because you cannot just wake up one day, start a business from nothing. You need to think about the ideas. What can you do? How can you get started, and all of that? And I've got 8 years of experience doing that. And so I'm doing a live masterclass on Wednesday, this week, about these work from home jobs, work from home tribe, and all of that. If you haven't registered, leave a comment in the comment section and say, I want to make more money from home, and I'll send the details your way. During the live masterclass, we'll talk about, entry level. How do you get started? How do you set up all of these things? What are the companies? Obviously, if you're looking for remote work from home jobs, earn extra money, what are the best side hustles you can get started with? Because many businesses started as side hustles. And when you register, by the way, you've got the links, the companies. I put CV samples for jobs under the CV, cover letter samples. I put free courses you can do in things like data entry, data analytics, every single thing that you need to get started. So again, and by the way, this is how I currently make about £15,000, more or less, every month from these work from home jobs. So like I said, I've got 8 years of experience doing it, and I know what I'm talking about. And it's really easy to get started. You just have to think and have that guidance for somebody to just have like that light bulb moment, like, oh, why aren't you actually doing this? It's also very tax efficient, because we'll talk about it during the class, by the way. These are not things that are, social media content, you get what I mean? But we'll talk about all of that. So when you're setting up your own business, let me tell you something. In the UK, the government wants every single person to own a business, so they make it super easy. Now, you can set up a business in the UK in less than 30 minutes. So what you need to do is, hopefully, by the time you're setting this up, you've already kind of thought about the idea, and you've tried it, and you've seen that it's a proper idea that has legs. Because you don't want to just sit and be like, oh my God, I've seen this, Nurse Murphy has spoken about this, and I'm going to just go online. No. You need to think about your idea. And like I said, if you need help with that, you can contact me. I've got a free group, by the way, on Telegram. I've dropped the link in the comment section below. You can just click that link to join, or head over to Telegram type Nurse Melvis Career Coaching. The group will pop up and then you can join. You can chat, interact, ask questions, and just get, those updates in real time. Or you can contact me obviously through my website, which is called Nurse Melvis Career Coaching, and I'll be able to support you with that because I've got a lot of experience supporting, colleagues, professionals, non-professionals to be able to get started with these side hustles and setting up their own businesses and all of that. In fact, currently I'm supporting a podiatrist who is setting up a foot clinic in the UK. I recently supported a nurse to start a menopause clinic supporting women over the age of 40 going through menopause. Do you see? Lots of opportunities, and there's a lot of money to be made, and nothing wrong with that. So you have to have the idea. And then secondly, obviously, you need to open your company officially in the UK, which is easy. Anybody can set up a business anytime in the UK from anywhere in the world as well. Because like I said, the UK wants more entrepreneurs than people who are actually working. And that's why you see that even with the visa rules and policies, they are only affecting work visas, because for the business visas, they are actually relaxing the rules, easing the rules to attract more entrepreneurs because they are more productive. They'll be employing people, and those people will be paying taxes, remember? So it works out perfectly well for the government. But when you are just an employee, they're just like, oh, you're not going to add any extra value because you're just working. So once you set that up, and you've got your company up and running, you do your company business account, obviously, because, any business has to have their own business account. Once you've done that, the next thing you have to do is apply for that sponsor license. But like I said, make sure that your business is up and running and trading, and it's actually something that has legs, not just like a random thing. Because if you look at what's happened in the UK in the last few years, I don't want to get into it, but it's not been the best sort of thing that we would want to see, which has led to all the immigration changes and policies we're talking about. If you need support, by the way, setting up your own business side hustle, like I said, just leave a comment in the comment section and say, I need support to set up my own business in the UK. Like I said, I've got a lot of experience doing this. It's what I love, and this is where I am heading. So when you do that, you then have your own sponsor license that you apply from, obviously, UK immigration. Once you've got that, and the best thing is you can literally sponsor yourself through that. It doesn't even have to be that it's other people. You can also sponsor other people if you need it, if your company needs more staff, but you can sponsor yourself. And this is what many people are doing to leave the rat race of applying for jobs and all of that, because it's not for everybody. There are some people that are very entrepreneurial, they're very productive, they've got their business idea, it's tried and tested, it's working, and they're already making money from it. That's the best thing, because you don't want to set up a business when you haven't tried, tested, and made money from that idea. So you need to try it first, do everything, and setting up should be the last thing, so that you need to know and have the ideas. Literally, that's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying, register the government website, start setting up a business and all of that. No. So it's really easy. And like I said, once you have your license, you can then sponsor yourself through that. It's generally called the self-sponsorship route, and many people use this. Like I say, many of the communities that are more entrepreneurial, the migrant communities that are more entrepreneurial, you rarely ever see them applying for visa sponsorship jobs, outside or normal companies. They don't. What they do is, because they've got businesses or they're very, business minded, they set up their own companies either by themselves or as families or whatever, and then they can do it that way. But these are businesses that are actually trading. That's what I'm stressing on. It has to be a business that is trading and that has legs, because you have to be compliant with all the visa and immigration rules and policies from UK immigration. And it also helps you to grow that generational wealth and something that your children can grow into, which doesn't come from employment. Look, you can be the best neurosurgeon, if you are not able to transfer that knowledge to your children. For me, I don't want to say it's wasted, but I just want to say it's not the best use. But when you are an entrepreneur, the family can benefit, from all of that. And there's something tangible to leave behind, unlike where you just have qualifications, you're just studying, and then, there's nothing else. There are other self-sponsorship routes that also make it a lot easier and faster to relocate to the UK, especially for professionals. If you're a nurse, for example, carer, there are many of these pathways. If you want me to talk about those, leave a comment in the comment section and say more about UK self-sponsorship, and I'll provide more details. There are other pathways where you can still self-sponsor yourself to get to the UK without setting up your own business, and this one works differently. But just leave a comment and say I want self-sponsorship if you want more details. But you can contact me directly. My website is Nurse Melvis Career Coaching if you need support, and obviously share this with your loved ones, because many people would actually